What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Garrick's Lorcana Lair. My name is Garrick, and today I've got a really special video where I'm going to be talking all about my Gen Con 2025 experience, specifically focusing mostly on Disney Lorcana. That's what I was there for. I got a press pass to cover the event for Disney Lorcana, and I was able to attend multiple amazing events curated and put on for us by Ravensburger, all for Disney Lorcana content creators. So I'm going to pull the curtain back a little bit and tell you my experience with Ravensburger, Disney Lorcana at Gen Con. It should be a lot of fun. I was able to secure multiple playmats for the 2025 convention exclusive playmat. To do so, just like at PAX in 2024, you had to go 3-0 and you would get a playmat, whether you did that in sealed, starter deck chaos, a booster draft, core constructed, or triple deck format. I did it twice in core constructed. 2 out of 3 times I was able to get the playmat, and then the other time I went 2-1 and got a Rapunzel promo, which is amazing, and I can't wait to show you. If you were on JDZ's stream, then you already saw that. But all right, enough of the preamble. Let's get right into the Gen Con 2025 experience. So the first day at Gen Con was a really special one because this was the 2nd anniversary of Disney Lorcana, and there was a panel that was hosted and also streamed live on Twitch. I was lucky enough to receive one of the seats for the press area alongside many other amazing content creators for Disney Lorcana. I was able to meet the Lorcana duo for the first time. They were amazing, as well as the Illuminateers, and of course TFM was there. JDZ was there, Eric Schweitzer was there of The Gamer, and Katie from the Lore Keepers Inn, Rebecca Quest, Enchanted Kim, everybody, all these amazing content creators were there in person for the Disney Lorcana 2nd anniversary panel, and it was really, really fun to experience live. Of course, all of you saw it on Twitch, but being in the room was definitely something special. Seeing the reaction of all the other Illumineers as Powerline and Eye to Eye and Standout and all these other amazing cards were revealed and shown to the public for the first time for these Enchanteds, the amazing story that they went into with Powerline. One of my favorite Disney characters, a Goofy movie, as with many people who grew up in the 90s, and even today, the movie still resonates so well, and that's why it was one of the most requested franchises to be added into Disney Lorcana, and I am so happy that it is there. It means a lot to me personally, as I know it does for many of you. I was really fortunate to get my hands on this, the Goofy movie 30th anniversary deluxe gift set. This is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, which happened just prior to Gen Con, and Eric Schweitzer was there. He picked up an extra copy. He posted on Twitter, anybody at Gen Con want this? And I said, yes, I want that. So I was the first person to reply. I just got, I was lucky to see the post, and it comes with a bunch of cool goodies. It was really, really nice to get this right before the panel, and then all of the A Goofy movie stuff was shown off during that panel, which was amazing. And then after that, we had a great Q&A that wasn't live streamed, and I think the highlight of that was DKP, the world champion, walking up and asking if we're ever going to get a Goofy and Donald golden prize card like we had the golden Mickeys, which I think would be amazing. I've had that thought before. Donald Duck is my favorite Disney character, as many of you know, and if I was able to get my hands on a golden Donald Duck, it would be an experience for sure. So the 2nd anniversary panel was amazing. We got more information on Whispers as well, and then even more sets that are going to be coming out after that. So it was definitely jam-packed, and I loved the way they presented it, all the communication. They made it feel really, really special for not just us in the room, but everybody across the globe that was able to watch it live. Now, selfishly, I will say it would have been amazing to get like up an exclusive promo for being at that panel, like the small number of people that were able to get in, get this thing. But I think a lot of people would be pretty upset that there was such an exclusive promo card that exists out there in the world. But, just personally for me, that would have been really, really cool. But yeah, I loved the second anniversary panel. I hope they do that every year. I hope we get another one at Gen Con 2026. The third anniversary panel, I'll be there. I recommend that you get your tickets to Gen Con and go. Because if you're going for just Disney Lorcana, if you're just a Disney Lorcana fan, I'll tell you this, Gen Con is worth the price of admission if you're just a Disney Lorcana fan. Ravensburger is there. They're in full force. They have crazy setups. They have a booth, they have puzzling competitions, and of course they have Disney Lorcana all day from start to finish every single day. You can play, you can compete, you can collect, and you can earn promos and win playmats. It's really an amazing experience. You can also get some FaceTime with some key Ravensburger figures. They're walking around, they're saying hi to people. It was a really a cool experience if you're a Disney Lorcana fan. If you turn into the Lorecast every single week, you could have met Greg Tito there on the floor. He was walking around saying hi to people, and Greg was so nice. I got to meet him for the first time, and everybody there was exceptionally nice. But if you were just there for collecting, what you really had to do was the Disney Lorcana Collector's Quest. We are here doing the Disney Lorcana Collector's Quest.
I did not know.
With Ravensburger at a special creator event here at Gen Con. I'm here with my favorite Disney Lorcana princess, Tiana. There are a ton of content creators here in the building, and Ravensburger is here as well. So we're really excited for it. And yeah, I've never done a Collector's Quest, but I'm excited to give it a shot. JD's a pro at it, but
you guys are about to get cooked so bad. I'm a very competitive Collector's Quest player, you know.
And after you completed your quest, you were able to earn yourself one of these beautiful Anna Icebreaker promos, again, for doing the Collector Quest. I was fortunate enough to be included in a Collector's Quest that was for content creators only. So a bunch of different content creators were brought into the Collector's Quest room, and we were allowed to film there, talk about our experience with Collector's Quest, and of course leave our feedback on what a Collector's Quest should be, could be, how we felt about it overall, what could be better, and what was great about it. So I'm going to talk candidly about that, and then I'm going to show some clips that I took in the creator event for the Collector's Quest. So a Collector's Quest is a really fun activity that collectors can do with their friends, their family, or just by themselves to meet more people within the Disney Lorcana community. It's not super competitive like a tournament would be. Basically, everybody goes in, you have fun, and it's hard for you to lose, especially with a community as great as the Disney Lorcana community is. So if you're going in to play one, you're probably going to walk out of there with a promo almost guaranteed. So the premise is you are given a sheet which has a certain number of cards, 6 to be exact, and you get 3 packs, as does everybody else. In those 3 packs, you need to look for the 6 cards that are on your sheet. All of these were themed in our Collector's Quest from different films. So there was Pinocchio, there was Mulan, Wreck-It Ralph, a whole bunch of different movies from these Reign of Jafar sets. And if you are able to collect all 6 cards, then you turned in your sheet, you got a stamp of approval, and then you were given the Anna promo. Hello.
Hello.
I would like to turn in
All right.
my Collector's
So I need
Quest.
you, let's lay them out so I can double check. I can't just trust. I got to make sure it's correct.
I'm good for it.
That's what they all say.
This time they're telling the truth, and my head is held high.
You are complete.
Boom!
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you for completing our quest.
Appreciate it. It was fun. All right. Collector's Quest review. First thoughts, I thought I was done for, but the community came through for me, and they helped me finish. How many trades did I make? 3 total, but I got the last 3 from the goodness of my fellow Lumineers. 10 out of 10 experience. do a collector's quest, make some friends, and get some promos. What was really fun about this was the community aspect of it, as I've been hyping it up here. Everybody was trying to make sure that everyone else won. Of course, you wanted to win yourself, so you were wheeling and dealing. I'll give you this for that. And there were obviously more valuable cards in the packs because you needed to give away certain cards to guarantee that your fellow Illumineers would give you the cards that you need to finish your collector's quest. So for instance, I was trading JDZ Wreck-It Ralph cards, and he was giving me Pinocchio cards in return. That way everything worked together, and we were all able to come together and find all the cards and make sure that everybody was able to complete their quest and get their promo. I had the Rescuers for my first collector's quest, and that one was kind of difficult, actually. I'll say that. I was trying to trade with people near me to get all my cards, but there were several other people also trying to collect the same franchise as me. So there were a limited number of cards, and if it was really, really cutthroat, once you turned in your cards, they were taken out of the pool, and then you were finished, and then that would leave a whole bunch of people that weren't able to finish their quest. I think that would be a fun aspect to add to it, but only if there were more franchises or more quests to add in. These are all movie based. I think that they could expand the horizon of the collector quest sheets and do them ink color based, effect based, like characters that heal each other, or characters with rush, or characters that draw cards, for example. The opportunity to make different collector quest sheets is gotta be near limitless, to come with 6 cards that share some identifying theme other than just the films. That way, if everybody has a different sheet, maybe there's only 1 or 2 cards in common, I think it makes it more interesting because there's less people like, oh, I need this Rescuers card, and you talk to somebody who also needs that card, and you're like, okay, never mind, good luck, I need to go find somebody else to trade with. Instead, basically everyone has a different sheet, and you don't have people like butting heads in that sort of way. I think that would be a lot of fun as well. I think the opportunity for Collector's Quest to expand and become even bigger and better is there, and it's a very, very fun concept, and they executed it, I would say, very brilliantly, where everybody felt involved and had a lot of fun. The second quest was harder, where they put in a super rare in there, more rares, and different franchises. And this one was extremely difficult to find all the cards with the creator pool that we had. And of course, everybody was helping each other out, but this one definitely took longer. And at this point, we had a ton of cards, and they were handing out more packs for us to do the harder quest, because I don't think we would have got it done if we didn't get more packs. Everybody was like digging through their collection pile and making sure that everybody had a great time, and it was certainly a really, really fun time with all of my fellow content creators out there. So yeah, I really love the Collector's Quest. There are some things that they can definitely improve, but there's a ton that they got right out of the gate, and it's a really, really fun collection experience. I think it would be even cooler if like you opened a certain card and you got a bonus, or like maybe I just think that there could be more prizing. There's just way more opportunities to have the Collector's Quest become something bigger and better, and they started with a really solid foundation, and I'm really excited for it. I'll definitely be doing more with my friends and family as I attend more of these events, because again, they're a fun way for everybody to get involved, everybody to take a look and appreciate the art, the characters, the deep storytelling that Disney Lorcana has within the cards, and you're just able to focus on that a little bit more instead of the mechanics of actually playing the game. So there's something really special here that I think they can turn into a big hit with the fans that is fun, and people can do at their local game stores, have Collector Quest nights and things like that, and just have a casual, fun time with Disney Lorcana that isn't too overly competitive, because there are a lot of people out there that aren't in the hyper-competitive side and just want to collect and have fun. And I think that's a great way for people that are interested in that to get involved immediately and have a great time. So that was my experience with the Collector's Quest. But Friday, I think, was like the biggest most bombastic, the most fun day for me personally that I had at Gen Con. First of all, I was able to win one of those core constructed playmats, as I mentioned earlier. So if you're interested in that, then definitely be sure to stick around for the end of the video. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later. That way I'm able to talk about everything all at once. All right, so let's talk about some of the collecting that had gone on at Disney Lorcana, because I think Friday is the day to talk about that. But as you heard the plastic being ripped there, I would like to put the 2025 playmat here over the 2024 one, just so we can take a look at it as we talk about the rest of the Gen Con, which was, again, 2025. If you are able to participate in any of the events going on at Gen Con for Disney Lorcana, you were given a promo, a Pluto tried and true promo here, which is really, really cool. I love the way that they have been doing the promos with the red, but you can see here the Pluto tried and true. I was able, I don't think I did 8 events, but I think maybe some people had given me theirs throughout the day. I was able to get 2 play sets of the Pluto tried and true, and I'd like to give away one of these play sets to one of you good people out there in Garrick's Lorcana layer. So if you would like to enter to win one of these play sets, then please leave a comment down below with your favorite reveal of Fabled thus far. And then once all the cards are revealed, I will pick a winner. So leave a comment down below. Also like and subscribe. I mean, there's no way for me to know if you have done that, but if you wouldn't mind, that would be amazing. So continuing on, we had the Pluto tried and true, of course. And then if you were able to make any purchase at the Ravensburger booth for Disney Lorcana, you received one of these goofy promos, the Emerald Champion. And what's really special about this promo is it is from set 10, Whispers in the Well. So we're getting a little bit of a sneak peek into what is going on. And I really love what this card potentially represents as a sort of theme or set of characters or glimmers that are all champions. This is obviously the Emerald Champion, but maybe we'll get a champion for Amber and Amethyst, Ruby, Sapphire, and Steel as well, which would be really, really cool. I want a Donald Duck Ruby champion. I think he's probably mostly Ruby coded, although the main like Disney cast of characters, they can be pretty much anything. But let's rewind a little bit earlier in the day. I played in a core constructed at the beginning of the day, and I got a bye in round 1, which was interesting. And because there was an odd person, I got the bye, which is one of the 3 wins you need. So you would think I'm like super ahead. But then also I found out that I could get into the first chapter sealed that was happening later, and they would overlap, so I had a decision to make. Do I take my 1-0, try and win 2 more to get a playmat, or do I take the opportunity to get into this booster draft for the first chapter and maybe open an Elsa? Or, another first chapter enchanted. I haven't opened a ton of first chapter. It's definitely the least I've opened of any set. I would be over the moon to get into that. So I decided to drop after I got my bye. A lot of people were calling me crazy. Like, it's a free win. You only need 2 more. But the first chapter was calling to me too hard. But in my prize packs, I was rewarded for this great decision because, boom, I opened this in my prize packs. It means no worries enchanted. If we're talking about my favorite Disney movies, my top 3 are A Goofy Movie, The Lion King, and Princess and the Frog. So opening this was so cool. So in the first chapter sealed, I got a decent deck. I got to be prepared. I got the John Silver Legendary, and I thought that my deck was like really, really good. And it was a standard draft. If you ever played like Magic the Gathering and did a booster draft, But if you haven't, I'll explain what it is really, really quickly. Everybody in your pod, it's 8 people, gets 3 packs. You open your pack, you look at the cards, you take 1 card, and then you pass the rest of the cards, and then your fellow pod member passes their cards to you. You take 1 card, and you repeat until you have a full deck. So you're not just doing a standard sealed where you open your 6 packs, and you get all those cards. It's a more curated experience, and I think it takes a little bit more skill to draft a deck than it does to play a sealed deck. Just because you're making a decision on every card in the moment, and you're probably not going to see those other cards again unless they come all the way around, which is probably not likely if you're deciding between 2 good cards, right? So my thought process was get a bunch of big bodies that can quest and also a bunch of evasives. So I got 3 of the Emerald Peter Pan. I got a couple of the Tinkerbell Amethyst 3/3. And I got 2 of the Pongo evasive cards. So I thought I was in a really, really good position. And my opponent had the same idea in round 1. He got the Tinkerbell on board, and I never saw my Peter Pans, my 3/2 evasive that could challenge her and get me back in the game. And his Tinkerbell just took over and won him 2 of the 3 games. Literally, the Tinkerbell just never got off the board and quested until he won. So that was unfortunate for me, but it was still a lot of fun, and I got the real prize. It means no worries. So it was no worries. And I just moved on, but I had a lot of fun drafting that, and I would 100% definitely do that again. After that, I linked up with JDZ, and we spent like the whole day on stream just hanging out, having fun, talking to people, doing a bunch of different stuff. And it was a wild whirlwind of events where people were coming in and out of the stream. Edmund True, DKP, the TFM, all the other content creators from the Illumineers, Katie with the Lore Keepers In, Sky, my teammate Witty was there. Just Luca was there. So many different people were coming in and out to say hi, and it was just an amazing experience where JDZ was able to live document the entire convention on Friday. We were hanging out, doing a bunch of different stuff, and we were asked by one of our fellow Illumineers, Brittany, to play in an awesome heroic match. And one of the artists for Disney Lorcana, Kendall Hale, was also asked to play in it, and he said of course and wanted to play, so we were playing with him. I got a Jafar wheel deck, but I didn't realize that Whole New World was banned, so that was not in my storyboard, and I was a little sad. But I had Diablo, Jafar, and Let the Storm Rage On was my storyboard, and I got Diablo out, and every single time he was out, he never got to quest and never got exerted because he got wiped off the board immediately. But Kendall did end up winning. In his storyboard, he had a Daisy Duck, so he played that on turn 1, and just absolutely played hyper aggro and was too fast, and nobody could stop him. So he ended up winning, but it was cool to hang out with him for a bit and talk to him about his experience with Disney Lorcana and play some games with him. And he shared with us that his favorite art was Hans. And that also, I think, is one of my favorites. It's just so dynamic how he's leaning back with the knife, and it's just really, really cool. And a really unique piece of artwork in Disney Lorcana. There's really nothing like it, and it's one of my favorite pieces as well. After we did this, me, JDZ, and my teammate Witty decided, let's go and buy some stuff at the booth so we can get another one of our goofies. That way we get one every day, and we have 4 at the end of Gen Con. So we went in. What were we going to buy? Just the 4 packs for like $24. You get a first chapter pack, you get the Rise of the Floodborn pack, get an Inklings pack, and you get an Ursula's Return pack, which is what I had bought on Thursday. But I was really feeling a little bit spicy, so we all 3 decided to get a first chapter Japanese booster box there, and I got some really, really cool cards. I got 3 legendaries in my box, one of those being Rapunzel gifted with healing, so that was really cool. I got the Ursula and a foil Ursula at that. But JDZ was opening his packs on stream, and guess what he opens? The Enchanted Mickey Mouse, the Artful Rogue, which Kendall did the art for. And it just felt like fate, because we were just literally prior to this playing Heroic with Kendall. He's at the convention. JDZ opens his only enchanted that Kendall has done.
I think it's called Cut to the Chase.
And the flank.
Bro, I'm getting cooked, bro. I
like my pack so far.
Your packs are lit. My packs are. It's not though, man. It's alright.
If you get any Kendall cards, set them aside.
I need to get a list. There's a twinning. Twinning is winning.
You want to know?
Twinning is winning.
I'll take it.
Cruella.
Trade?
Yo!
Sure. No way.
Yo!
Nuh-uh.
Yo! Yo!
What is it?
Yo!
Oh!
Boom!
Kendall's.
That's Kendall's! Boom! Let's go! We out here! Let's go!
And it just felt like fate. So now we had to go and we had to get these cards signed by Kendall. And in my packs, I was lucky enough to open the super rare Hans and take a look at this. Kendall was very, very nice to humor me with a Keyblade here. And he said that not a lot of people bring him Hans. And Hans is his favorite art that he has done, the favorite card that he has done. So if you bring him a Hans, tell him Garrick sent you, and he would be absolutely thrilled to sign your Hans cards.
Have you ever thrown a Keyblade on the Hans, though?
I love that.
Not on the Hans. It looks so good.
I'm really sorry.
He's just got the perfect pose for it.
Yeah.
He has the perfect pose for so many things.
A lightsaber.
I wish more people would get their Hans signed, because it's so much fun to doodle on.
Now they know.
You guys hear it? Now they know.
Everybody
You
in
guys
the chat,
hear?
bring your Hans.
You guys here? You should do like a Hans creative contest. Who can make the...
That is
so dope,
sick,
dude.
man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You got it, dude.
That is
so dope,
awesome.
man.
So he signed it to me, to Garrick. His signature is just so iconic at this point. It's amazing. I love the way he does it. I have the Japanese card, and it's just fitting to give Hans a Keyblade, because Kingdom Hearts is my favorite video game series of all time. Nothing comes close. Maybe The Legend of Zelda is a close second, but Kingdom Hearts clears everything. I'm absolutely in love with that franchise, so I had to get a Keyblade, and look how well it just goes into this whole scenario. I could imagine Hans with the Keyblade about to strike, and as he does, it disappears because he is not worthy to wield the Keyblade, and he is defeated. That is the headcanon that I have in my head. But just look how much detail he was able to get on the Keyblade with the marker and the Sharpie that he had, and he did this in just a couple minutes. It was great to see him work live, and an amazing experience to meet him. So thank you to Brittany for inviting JDZ and I to play in that heroic match and giving me the opportunity to meet Kendall. And then thank you to Kendall for this amazing signature and amazing artwork. And this is something that I will cherish. I will never get rid of this. This is my card. This is my, memory from Disney Lorcana, and Kingdom Hearts talks a lot about memories. Chain of Memories is the name of one of the games, for goodness sake. So this is going to be a cherished memory of mine forever. So I'm genuinely feeling a little emotional talking about it. Like, it was just such a special experience. And if you're able to go to one of these conventions, Gen Con, PAX, whatever, like, the Disney Lorcana community is there. They're in full force, and I can't recommend it enough. So after we opened all these packs, we got our signed cards from Kendall. We played in a core constructed event, and I'm going to talk about my deck now, I guess. All right, so let's do a quick deck profile. I've never done one of these before live like this, but I watched Ed do it on JDG's stream, so I'm going to try and have big Ed energy and get this done. So first, we start off with 4 Chernobog's followers. Obviously, one of the best 1-drops in the game. Nice 2-1 stat line, and I can cantrip it to draw a card. Everybody knows it's one of the best 1-drops. And we have 3 Diablos, does a similar thing. It's a 0-1, but I get to draw whenever it's banished, so I have no worries. I can always quest with it. and gain some lore. But the most important one drop, well, maybe not the most important, but we'll talk about that in a second. The second most important one drop in the game is the Magic Broom, which has a similar effect to the Diablo and the Churnabox Followers. So why is this the most important one? Well, let me answer that question for you. It is because of this card right here, Yen Sid, a 2-cost 1/3 that whenever you play this character, if you have a character named Magic Broom in play, you may draw a card. So on turn 1, you play a Magic Broom. On turn 2, you play Yen Sid, and you draw a card without banishing the broom. So you're already gaining an advantage immediately off the jump. And then he has an additional ability. While you have 2 or more broom characters in play, he gets +2 lore. So he quests for 3 if you have 2 brooms. So with that in mind, on turn 3, you play the 2-drop Magic Broom, if you have it, or you play another 1-drop, whatever you want to do. Or you play this 2-drop and one of these 1-drops, and then you quest for 4 because you have your Magic Broom, the 1-drop, and you have your Yen Sid. And now your opponent is under a tremendous amount of pressure, especially if you're on the play. You're getting card advantage while questing for a fat amount of lore. So a really, really great combo and a really, really deadly one early in the metagame, considering how the metagame has shaped out, and it's a lot of Amber Steel, and it is a lot of Ruby Sapphire Shark. So if you're on the play, your broom is not going to get stormed by anything. Your Yen Sid will most likely be questing for 4, and then you're just putting them on the back foot, and it's really, really tough. We also play 3 Mr. Smees in case you can't get that Yen Sid line, or maybe you need some more challenging power, or maybe you just need something a little bit different. Mr. Smee, of course, one of the best 2-drops in the game, if not the best 2-drop in the game. We have Madam Mim Snake here, who offers an insane amount of versatility, especially when paired with Doc Bold Knight, one of the must plays in any aggressive steel deck. When Doc comes into play, you may discard your hand to draw 2 cards. So you can Doc, draw 2. If you drew a snake, play something, play the snake, bounce the Doc, play the Doc, and just repeat over and over. Speaking of repeat, you can use the Madam Mim to recur your Pete Games referees, which I did against an Emerald Steel player when I won this map. I was able to play Pete 7 turns in a row. I am not exaggerating. I played him on 3. I played another one on 4. On 5, I bounced one, replayed it. On 6, I bounced one, I replayed it, and they lost because their hand was full of songs and they could do nothing to me. Obviously, that's a pretty rare thing to have happen, but if the stars align, the stars align. Of course, we're playing Merlin Crab, just an incredible utility tool that can help you trade up and take value trades, especially with your 1-drops, and have them get more value. Speaking of value, Madam Mim Fox, another bounce card, one of, again, if not the best 3-drop in the game. This deck is chock full of value cards that do their job and do them exceptionally well. You can't overstate how good Madam Mim Fox is for taking out things like Daisy, stopping aggro in its tracks, or pairing with a Merlin Crab to basically take anything out in the entire game. Madam Mim Fox is just incredible. Another 3-drop, we have the Giant Cobra, one of the best closers in the game. It is a 4/4 with Vanish, and when you play this character, you can discard a card to gain 2 lore. Another amazing tool to pair with Doc Bold Knight, because you play this, you discard your extra card. A lot of times, I have 3 cards in hand. What are those 3 cards? 1 Cobra, 2 Docs. Play Cobra, discard Doc, play Doc, draw 2. We are off to the races. We gain 2 lore, we draw 2 cards. Incredible combo for just 5 ink, and then you get a 4/4 on the body, on the board. And against Ruby decks, they really struggle to get rid of that card easily. Of course, we talked about it. We have the 4 Pete game referees, And 2 of mine, I got signed by Judge Phil. Shout out to Judge Phil and Judge Ellie, 2 of my favorite judges. Shout out to the ICL. Was able to meet them both finally for the first time in person. 2 lovely people that absolute pillars of the community. But yeah, Pete, games referee, you can't say enough about this guy. If you're playing Steel, you're playing Pete, and you're stopping Maui Shark from beating you. Another 3-drop that is absolutely incredible and is coming back. Strength of a Raging Fire. Really, it's the only card in the deck that is not a character. And it is just amazing, man. I can't tell you how many games this card won me. And I played against Amber Steel, those aggro decks a lot. And they would get the Rhino on 1, they'd get the Rhino on 2. So what would I do? I'd play a 1-drop, a 2-drop, then I would Pete, double 1-drop on 5, sing Strength of Raging Fire, boom, Rhino is out of there, and we are off to the races. If they waste 2 cards on that Rhino, their hand is incredibly empty at this point. They probably played Lady and another card, but the Rhino's off the board. They have no cards in hand. You take over from that point, and you can do that with somebody like Merlin Goat, who is a big body, instant lore gain, won me a game by himself. I was at 19. I was gonna lose if I didn't get the goat. Boom, got him. You've seen it, you know it. Merlin Goat, shout out to the legend. 2 Genie, wish fulfilled in here. Just a solid 4-drop option. I mean, it's a 2/4 quest for 2, draws you a card, but it's uninkable. It costs a 4, so we don't really need more than just 2 here. I only played it maybe twice the entire weekend, but it was fine enough. It's a solid option on 4 in a lot of different circumstances. But the absolute MVP, which you may have seen me singing its praises on social media over the weekend, is Dump Truck. I was not a Dump Truck believer. I'll say it. When the card first came out, I was like, I don't think that's a good card. But after wielding the power of Dump Truck, it's insane. Many, many times throughout the day, my opponent, Curse Merfolk on 1, I play Dump Truck in response. They lose. They just lose the game. That's so much lore off the board. That's so much tempo. I don't have to discard a card. Boom, Dump Truck comes in. He deals 1. Imagine your opponent plays the little Rhino on 1. You respond. Boom, Dump Truck. Now they shift Rhino. The Rhino has no resist because he already got the damage from Dump Truck. The damage stays on when a character is shifted. At one point, I had 3 Dump Trucks in hand, and you might think this is pretty bad. But if you go Dump Truck, Dump Truck, Dump Truck, and get rid of something, and then you quest for 3, it's pretty good, especially if you're playing an aggressive deck. How many times did I play Dump Truck, bounce Dump Truck, play Dump Truck, bounce Dump Truck, play Dump Truck, to just ping things down, remove the board? He is 2 additional strength for Strength of Raging Fire. We've been chilling, vibing, doing all these awesome events with each other, and I wanted, selfishly, something to commemorate the event and the time that I spent with JDZ personally. So I had the idea, hey, we both earned the Rapunzel. Let's sign our Rapunzels and exchange them. So I got mine signed by JDZ. Much love, Gen Con 2025. So this means a lot to me. Just like my Hans that I was able to get. This is something I'll never get rid of. And I'll absolutely cherish for the rest of my Disney Lorcana days. Shout out to JDZ. He is a great guy, great friend, and I was very, very, very happy I was able to spend the weekend with him. He is one of the first people that I ever did any Disney Lorcana content with, that I ever broadcasted with in the LCCC back in the days. He came to our Ink Inc. event. I just can't say enough about the guy. He's awesome, and I can't wait to see him at the next Ink Inc. event coming up soon. So that was almost all of my Saturday. I also did get to play in some Rift. Man, this video is going to be so long, but I have so many stories and so much to share with you. So let's fast forward to Saturday. Oh man, I didn't even talk about this. Sorry. I didn't even talk about this amazing water bottle that I was given by the Ravensburger staff. Shout out to Disney Lorcana. Thank you. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to do the collector's quest, provide some feedback, and I got this shirt as well. Shout out. Okay. And I didn't even talk about this, which I also got on Friday. And I would be a fool not to mention it. That is this absolute beauty, this absolute wonder, which was, I'm calling it lucky for me. It is lucky, man. The way I was able to play this weekend and win this weekend, I think it has the magic touch. Check this play mat out. If you don't know, now you know. It is a Mattified. Yes, I was able to meet Mattified there at the convention, and he was such a nice guy. I cannot say enough about the dude. He gave this to me for nothing, man. It was a gift from him. Shout out to him. He does so much for the Disney Lorcana community. So many giveaways. You've seen him on social media giving away amazing looking playmats like every single week. Support him if you can. This playmat's not out yet, but it's coming out very, very soon in 2 weeks. So if you want to get your hands on it, it looks just even better in person. Every single person I sat down to complimented the playmat. It's gorgeous. Go check out Mattified and get yourself an amazing playmat. Shout out to Mattified. All right, Saturday. Saturday was a day. All right, let's talk about it. Saturday was a day where the first chapter trove was going to be on sale. I was with JDZ all day. I told him we have to be here early on Saturday, and I was staying in Airbnb with a lot of people that were doing a lot of collecting, mostly Gundam and Riftbound over the weekend. But they told me if you get there at 7, it'll probably be fine. There's no need to get up and get there at like 6 a.m. or anything. I think you'll be more than fine. So I went with their word, and they said 7 would be chill. So I told JDZ I'll be here at 7. He smartly woke up earlier than that and got there around 6:20-ish and texted me, bro, there's already people in line. You got to get here. I woke up, I ordered an Uber, and I got there as quickly as I could. I did end up rolling in around that 7 o'clock mark because it took a minute to get up and out the door for various reasons, but I did get there at 7. I don't know how many people were in line, maybe like 35, 40-ish. And JDZ was obviously like in the middle group. I went up to the last guy in line at that point, and I was like, hey, I'm going to go hang out with my friend up here in line, if that's okay with you. If you don't get a first chapter trove, I will give you mine, basically. So I'm going to cut line, but if you don't get one, I'll give you mine, is basically what I told him and everybody in front of him. So the person behind me that I jumped in front of, and they were amazing people, by the way, as well. We got to hang out with them the whole line, and then everybody, the whole community just made the line go by so quickly. But I told everybody that I was ahead of up to that guy. I was like, hey, if I get the trove, then you don't get one, I'll give you mine. Just so I made it right if I were to cut somebody off that was already in line before I was. So everybody was super cool with that, and I think that was super fair. And I got to hang out with JDZ in the line, and it made things a lot better than standing there by myself awkwardly. So we got in line, and then it started filling up faster and faster and faster as the hours went by until it was just full, completely full. And shout out to Ravensburger for doing this. This was incredibly smart of them. They had a certain number of first chapter troves, and they decided that we are going to go out there and we're going to give a John Silver promo to every single person for the number of troves that we have, right? So once they ran out of promos, that means that was the last trove that they have in stock, and that person is getting the last trove. So they went through and they gave out the promos, and I'm looking to make sure that everybody behind me got a promo, and it went way past the guy that was there when I first arrived. So I was there in plenty of time. No worries. Everybody that was in front of me got a trove, and tons of people that showed up after me got troves as well. But there was a cutoff, and some people missed out. But I think it was really, really responsible and good of Ravensburger to do that, so those people weren't waiting in line the whole time, and then they get up there and it's sold out. Like, they spend our whole morning doing it. They get up to the front, and it's like, that was the last one, man. So they knew before the doors even opened, about an hour before the doors even opened, we knew that this was the last person getting a trove. And I was able to get one. This is my only one. This is the only one I've ever had. And for any Disney Lorcana collector out there, you know these are incredibly hard to find because it's a collector's sealed item. There are so few out there compared to booster boxes that they go for a lot of money on the secondary market. Now, mine's a little scuffed up here on the bottom just because I was carrying it around all day, but that's okay. This is mine. I'm not getting rid of it. I'll probably end up opening it maybe one day in the future, in a couple years, 3, 4, 5, 10, who knows? But it's the Illuminator's Trove for the first chapter. I'm so happy that I have it. It was the only one I didn't get, and we did it. So, that was amazing to get. And then the rest of the day, on Saturday, I hung out with JDZ. If you were on the stream, we went and got some great food. We played in more events. JDZ was so close to winning a playmat. He made it to the final round and unfortunately got knocked out, went 2-1. I was able to win a playmat on Saturday, but in my last core constructed event, my second to last core constructed event, I got a Rapunzel by going 2-1, and JDZ also got a Rapunzel. So we both earned the Rapunzel promo right here, and I have it in my JDZ sleeve. But I had the idea, and I'm sorry to chat, JDZ was going to give the promo away, but I was like, me and JDZ had been hanging out in person literally the whole weekend, like every second of the day. We've been chilling, vibing, doing all these awesome events with each other, and I wanted selfishly something to commemorate the event and the time that I spent with JDZ personally. So I had the idea, hey, we both earned the Rapunzel, let's sign our Rapunzels and exchange them. So I got mine signed by JDZ. Much love, Gen Con 2025. So this means a lot to me, just like my Hans that I was able to get. This is something I'll never get rid of, and I'll absolutely cherish for the rest of my Disney Lorcana days. Shout out to JDZ. He is a great guy, great friend, and I was very, very, very happy I was able to spend the weekend with him. He is one of the first people that I ever did any Disney Lorcana content with, that I ever broadcasted with in the LCCC back in the days. He came to our Ink Inc. event. I just can't say enough about the guy. He's awesome, and I can't wait to see him at the next Ink Inc. event coming up soon. So that was almost all of my Saturday. I also did get to play in some Riftbound. I got the Volibear and Yasuo deck. I played as Volibear against Yasuo, so I guess that is a little bit of fun coincidence or fate or whatever. It's you get them in a blind box. Got the Ari promo, which is cool. And Riftbound, it was fun. I played one game and I played the Volibear deck. It's like a ramp deck, sort of like Ruby Sapphire if you play Disney Lorcana, and then you just play big characters and they can't do anything to stop you. At least is what it felt like to me. So that was cool. That was the only non-Disney Lorcana thing that I did, but I did want to mention it. Gen Con is an amazing place if you are a TCG player in general. Like I said, Gundam was popping off. There was Magic the Gathering. There was Star Wars Unlimited. Obviously, Disney Lorcana, Altered. Like every TCG under the sun was there, giving away promos, giving away prizes, and people were having a lot of fun playing their favorite games. I can't say enough about Gen Con. It was a magical experience, and I cannot wait until next year. But there was another cool thing that I was able to do on Saturday night with the other creators. I can't talk about it yet, but I'm excited to talk about it soon. You may have seen me walking around in the ruby or amethyst shirt for Disney Lorcana. We got those shirts at that event. We were put in teams and we participated in something together. So I was with JDZ, Katie from the Lore Keepers Inn, and an unknown person who will be revealed at a later date. And yeah, we got to do some really cool stuff. So thank you so much to Amy K specifically at Ravensburger and all of the Ravensburger staff that were there, facilitated these events and put them on for some North American creators. And I am just so grateful to be included in that great group of people. And it was amazing to meet everybody and participate in those events. So to wrap this all up, because it has gone so long and I need to edit this now and it's going to take forever, but that's okay. I had a lot to talk about. To wrap all of this up, on Sunday, I went back to the event just to say my byes and then drive all the way back here to the DMV, to Maryland, and get this video out for everybody so they could learn about my Gen Con experience and what happened. But I said my goodbyes to everybody. I was able to take a picture with the Illumineers as well as Enchanted Kim and Rebecca Quest. Talked to Liam for a little bit, which was really cool. It was awesome to meet him. He is such a genuinely nice person and one of my favorite broadcasters in Disney Lorcana. So it was really cool to meet him. I aspire to be somebody like him within the broadcasting community and within the community itself. He is just a shining light, as well as Aaron. The Illumineers are great. Rebecca is as well. Everybody that I met there is, I can't say enough about the Disney Lorcana community. Everybody is just amazing, from the staff at Ravensburger to the judges that oversee the events, to the players competing in them, to the broadcasters commentating on them, to the artists who make this beautiful art for the cards, to the designers of the game. Everybody I met was just a one-of-one, unique, amazing person, and the community is a beautiful one, and I am so grateful and thankful that I am part of this community. And if you are part of the Disney Lorcana community as well, highly recommend getting out there, going to one of these events and meeting with the community and having an experience like I had over the weekend. My experience was unique and yours will be as well. And many of the thousands of Illumineers that were at Gen Con had their own unique, amazing experiences at Gen Con. And I think the place is absolutely magical. I cannot wait for next year, and I will not miss PAX Unplugged to get this same sort of experience again later in this year. Of course, DLC Milwaukee will be similar to that as well, but if you're not a super competitive person or you weren't able to get into Milwaukee, I highly recommend going to PAX and going to Gen Con. You will not regret it at all. Not a person I didn't talk to in the Disney Lorcana community that wasn't absolutely stoked to be there, to be within the community itself and just experience the joy, the shared joy of Disney Lorcana with everybody that was there. Was truly a blessing, and like I said, I can't wait for the next one. So that was my Gen Con 2025 experience. I will be back next year, hopefully. Even if I'm not accepted as a member of the press for Gen Con, I'll buy a ticket and go. I loved it. Thank you to Gen Con for providing me with the press pass, the opportunity to cover this event. Thank you so much to Ravensburger, everybody involved, Amy K especially, who was able to work with me and invited me to these amazing creator events. I can't wait to talk more about them in the future, and I can't wait to be a part of more of them in the future if I am lucky enough to be invited. So thank you for watching. If you would like to enter to win the playset of the Pluto promo, please leave a comment down below. What is your favorite reveal thus far for Fabled? I will pick a winner after all of the cards are revealed. So with that being said, this has been Garrick with Garrick's Lorcana Lair. I will see you in the next one.